yesterday, still array list. And then now we will practice these methods, right, for the whole forum, because many people I know, they know these methods, but many of them don't know, right? So we will go back and take our sample conversion. We have done very more on string, yeah, right? So let's take this string versus string in sorting. There is one base Java string. Yeah, so
Hello.
yeah,
Anil, you explained that 100th index, how to add an element in 100th index.
at the 100th location we cannot add, right?
Using insert method, can we do it?
Using insert.
Yes.
Yeah, so where is that program? Let's see. Where is our array list? Okay, so we have this array list. Okay, so now we are trying to add at the 99th location. Yesterday we tried. It is saying out of bound because we have not initialized, because 0 is the starting index, right? So it has to be gradually we have to come. You cannot say, okay, I want to enter directly in my 100th element, right? So where is, how do find the route to that 100, right? So that's the reason compiler is throwing error. Now what you are saying is array list dot insert, you said, right? Is there a method insert available?
No.
No. Then which insert are you talking about?
So, just I'm guessing. I'm
Okay,
also
no, no,
not
there
for
is
sure.
no, no. So that's what Java compiler JVM is telling me index out of bound, right? So it is saying I don't have access to the 99th index which you are trying to add, because see, in suppose in picturization, if I show you, right, let me come and save this. Okay, so this will be your Java constant pool. Okay, so in training we will save it. Now file new. So now array list, right? So we will, what we will do, say we have these many memory locations available. Now inside this, I'm creating one array list. So array list, when I have this list of string, array list equal to new array list of 100, right? So if I give the size 100, then 100 memory location is blocked, right? But we are not sure where they are. They are just a size. But and then you are saying, okay, I have memory location somewhere 101, 2, 3. It is nowhere. It is address is also not given, but there are certain 100 locations available in memory, right? Now, what you are doing, you are saying you store at the 99th location somewhere here. Say store 100 rupees, 1000 rupees here, right? Now, JVM, right? Here is JVM, right? This is the compiler. Now, compiler is not getting or not understanding how will I fetch this value, right? So it should have some starting point, right? So the starting point is always the 0th index, right? 0th index. So Java compiler is forcing us to add the values to an array list, so starting with 0. We cannot jump directly to 99. Though it is a dynamic data structure, it means that you keep adding, but start with 0, then go to first element, then go to second element, then go to third element, and then go to whatever, continue it. But you cannot directly go to, see, when you climb a ladder, right? You, if you climb a ladder from 0, you can go to the first step, right? The second step, the third step. Can you go to 100th step directly? Even though the ladder is so strong enough, we cannot jump directly to the 100th step, right? Because Or we have to put the ladder in a building wall, then go to the first floor and then go to the 100th step in that ladder, right? Because that provides you the address, because this is the route. Okay, go to the steps of the house, then go to the roof, then go to that ladder and climb on the 100th step, which is available now, right? But that route here we are not giving to compiler, right? JVM does not have that route. So if there is a route, say if there is a route, suppose there is a route here, let's take, right? So this route is there. Then Java compiler will come and touch this route and do the traversing. This route is there. But if you don't have this straight line available pointing to 1000, then Java compiler this does not have, right? So now this connection is not there at all. So that is why Java is saying start with 0, add a value here, right? So 0th index, type some value here, then go to the first index, type store some value. So what it will do, compiler will always have access to 0th element. 0th element, because you have already given the new, right? Array list, new equal to new array list, right? So that time itself, the 0th index is available. Now 0th index value will store the index of another one. This will store the index of another one. This will store the index of another one. This will store the index of index. Like this, one element is linked to other, right? So they keep storing some information of their siblings, right? So until you don't have this route or the road to go to this 99th, you will not be able to store it, right? So that's the reason directly we cannot store in any index which is not continuation of your 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If 5 is there, you have to add in 6th. You cannot go and add in 7th. See, I am not declaring any size, right? I'm just creating a basic array list. Now I added in 0th location 1, right? Now also I cannot go and add directly to 4th location. It will throw error. It will throw error. It is saying you added 1 at 0 location, then suddenly you are trying to access 4th location, 4th index. It's not possible. Continuity is required. So you have to add first now. So now when you run, it will not throw that error, right? You are so JVM is making things disciplined. Just think that if it starts allowing people to add values at any index, right? What people will do? People will put an index 1 lakh, right? But it's just a programmer only, right? In my mind, I'll use this. I'll say use this index. Maybe there is a limitation on the index also. Let's see what is the limitation. So indexing also, there is a limitation. This is the last. This at least this location we will people will start doing. I mean to say nuisance, right? They will say, okay, we'll save one value in 100th location, save another value in 2000 location, save my fifth value in fifth string in some 30,000 location, one another string in 1 lakh location. So what will happen? Compiler will struggle to find all those values in one array list. How will I represent that? So what it is saying, please students follow the rule. One by one, grow. The child will grow year by year, right? Grow. Take your experience and keep growing. Right? Take your experience and keep growing. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you are experiencing the first year. Whatever you did in first year, you fell down, you learned. Next year, you again did some mistake, you learned. So the child grows year by year and he has knowledge of his past. right? He does not know future, but he knows the past. So that what he will do, he will store the information of the previous one. Okay, I am on the second index, but where is the first index? First index, I will keep some information. So internally, Java will store the information of the first index value, and first will store the index of the second. So they will be linked with each other. So that is why it is an array, right? It is an array. Array means continuation. Though memory location is scattered, right? Scattered, but they have a link. So in array, it is still opposite. It is the IBM itself knows that if you add 1 to the next address, you will get the second value. If you add 1 to the next value address, you will get the next value. Add one more, you get the next value. But in case of array list, it is scattered, but the elements will be knowing the previous. They will be linked, right? So they will be having some information about the previous element, so that the Java will traverse and fetch whatever location index you want. So I want to go to 99th location, right? So what it will do, it will go to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the addresses it will keep picking, and it will reach in 100th. So that's how the array list works. So directly we cannot add any index which is not continuous. Got it? But memory is only allocated to whatever you add. But in array, you have to specify the length initially, and this whole area is blocked. But here in array list, this all area is not blocked. Keep adding. So initially, what will happen? Initially, only one zeroth element you add. So this is all available, right? So this all is available. Next, you add another one. Then only this memory is allocated. Next, another one, you keep adding, and then suddenly you plan to remove. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Three values are there, right? Four values are there starting with 0. Now I remove this, right? So size decreases. Array list starts decreasing. Removing more, it decreases further. So there is no blockage of memory. The memory is not blocked. So that's the concept. So continuation is required starting from 0, then only you can do. If I don't have this 0 also, see here, if I don't have this 0 also, it will throw error because it is not finding the starting point. See, size is 0 and you're trying to find an index 1. So it is saying you don't have the starting index, so you cannot do that. So right, we got this answer that the Java forces us to follow some discipline and add the 0th index, first index, second index, third index, fourth index, fifth index, and then on and on and on. You add, memory will be keep allocating. If you remove, the size will come down. So that's the concept. Okay. So array list is done. You got, Kavya, you got it?
Yes,
Did you
sir.
understand? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So you should have always the starting index and then add to, from that starting index, you get an road. Okay. First, second, third, fourth. So we will reach the destination. Right. To go to bus stand from your house, directly you cannot reach bus stand, right? You have to, even if you go aeroplane, to go to the aeroplane also you need to reach. So you have to go to your house main gate. From the main gate, you have to reach the plane place where the plane is standing. Then the plane will fly, right? But you have to have some starting index, right, to reach your destination. So directly you cannot fly it. Okay, so next one is string, array list, Java variables. We are done. More on strings. What we did, we just printed some loops. So right, contains. So contains. So what is contains? What is the difference? Okay, question for all of you. What is the difference between equal to and equals? This one, double equal to and dot equals and contains. There are three methods we can use to compare. What is the advantage? Which one is best? Double equal to is best, or dot equals is best, or contains is best? You forgot, you all of you. So let's remove everything. So you have, this is again a refresher. Okay. So you have string A equal to Mysore. Okay. And then string B equal to is good, is nice, right? So there are two strings. Now SYSO A equal to B, right? Copy this, repeat for the other equals also. We will do initially with same string, okay? So A dot equals B, right? Another one contains, right? So now what is going to happen? You just see it. True, 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 right? So what happened? Though it is comparing address, this compares the address. Right? It is showing true. This is a simple. It is saying first string compares the values. This is like a substring function. Compares if first string contains a string if first string contains second string, like a substring method, right? So compares the address, semicolon is missing here, right? So compares PA. Okay, so see, this is A equal to B, both are, so we know the constant of string constant pool, right? That day we have seen. So what does string constant pool does? Training, right? String constant pool. So here is the first value, here is the second value. So even if you create multiple variables, if there is hello inside the string constant pool, it will give to the same address to a new variable name. Only the name of the variable will be different, but it will give the same address, right? Until you use new keyword, right? If I create another string C equal to new string and then say Mysuru. Until you create new one. Now if I say equal to B, it will throw error. A equal to C. If I do that, or B equal to C, it will it will say false, because here it is one address. Say address is 1 2 3 4 5. Here also address is same 1 2 3 4 5 as JVM assigns same address if string is found in the pool, right? So it is found first only. It encounters this value Mysuru and then assigns the same address to B. But then what the user programmer is saying, okay, no, give me a new string. I don't want to use, don't search for existing Mysuru. Create a new location, store it in a new memory location. So this new keyword will This will programmer forcing JVM to not search in the pool. Instead, store in new memory location. New memory location. Right? So it is the programmer is forcing the Java compiler or the whole JVM. Right? Okay, please don't search. Why do you want to search? I don't want to use that feature. Please give me a new. So it goes, what it does is goes and stores Mysuru somewhere here, or hello somewhere in a different location. Think that hello is Mysuru. So here is the original first one, and this is the second. Now new will store using using the new keyword, NEW. Okay, so this is using the new keyword. Okay, using new keyword, he has saved this in a new memory location. So what happens? Now this variable will store a new memory location. So here will be new. So now if I do A equal to B, then obviously same, but A equal to C will not match. Just run it. See, false. Right? The second statement here is false. Why? Because the address itself is different. Here it is forcing. Programmer is saying, okay, store my Mysuru, though the string is same. String value is same, but it is storing in a new memory location. So double equals will not validate the content. It is not checking what it contains, Mysuru or hello or whatever. It is checking the address of the value. So address is different, so it is throwing. Now if I do A equals C with equals, right? Just remove everything. We will comment this line also, or remove this also. So now what will happen? See, A is having Mysore, C is storing new address with Mysore, right? So obviously we saw equal to will not show true. But now when I am saying equals, what equals does? It compares the value Mysuru with Mysuru. Though it is at a different location, if the string value match, then it should show true. So let's see. True, right? Though it is at a different memory location, dot equals what it does, it compares the values. So it is showing true. Now contents. Obviously Mysuru contains Mysuru, right? It will start from 0th index, M matching, Y matching, S matching, U, R, U, all are matching. So this also should show true, right? It is showing true. So there are three methods to compare the values of a string, right? What are those? Double equal to, dot equals, and contains, right? So practice this also. This is very important. Sometimes, during automation, we tend to use equal to equal to. We'll think, oh, that equal to sign always we are using from childhood. Let's use that and compare. Then finally, when you run, it is throwing false. It is not passing. My program is failing. I am having Bangalore and I am comparing with Bangalore. But in some context, you will catch Bangalore from some UI, right? The say your Hyundai showroom's address Bangalore, and then Bangalore you are capturing from customer another page, but you are comparing them. But that was captured from somewhere else, so it was with some variable and some memory location was assigned, right? Using equal to or new keyword, whatever. And here in later stage, after 100 lines of 1000 lines of code, you are again going to that customer page and capturing Bangalore again. But you are thinking, oh, I will compare these two Bangalore equal to Bangalore. It will not pass. Then your head will break. What will happen? What happened? Bangalore is always equal to Bangalore, or Mysore is always equal to Mysore, right? Hello is always equal to hello, but it is not passing. But what you did during your first capturing, you captured using some equal to or new operator, and second time in on customer page also you are using some variable name and using new keyword or equal to, you captured those two, and then when you compare, obviously double equal to will not pass. So always use dot equals or contents. Remember that preference. Right now integer, how do you compare integers? 1 equal to 1, int 1, right? Sorry, x equal to 1, and then int y equal to 1. Will this pass? If x equal to y, print, or directly say this, x equal to y. Will it work? So I will put a block comment, slash and star and slash. So it will comment this whole block, so it will not get executed. Now we will work with integers. X has a value 1 and y has a value 2. Sorry, 1 again. Will system.out.println x equal to y work? So this is not string. Remember that. So there is no string constant pool coming into picture. This whole thing will not be used. Now JVM will not store the integers in this string pool and then search for the same value, right? It will not know where the string concept will come in. Simply it will compare. It will compare the address, but since the values are same, right? Since the values are same, it obviously will have the same address, right? Equal to stores, obviously it will compare the address, but x equal to 1, y equal to 1, so it matches, right? Because it is an integer value. Now another one. Now will equals to work for integers. X dot equal, see, it is throwing error. It will say we don't have a equals method for integer. Cannot invoke equals on a primitive data type int, right? It will not. It will not. Integer is a primitive data type. Non-primitive is string, array, array list, all those things, right? So we cannot use equals method on integers. So it will not work. With contents work. Contents also will not work. Sorry. And all these are string methods, right? So we cannot use them with integers, right? We cannot use them. So how do you, another way of comparing? If, what is the other way of comparing integer? Apart from equal to, any other way you can remember? How will you compare?
If function.
Pardon?
If and else something.
That's what. But inside if also you will say x equal to y, right?
Yes.
So print this. Right. So this is available, but I'm saying apart from equal to, any other mechanism is there where we can compare integers. Okay, so task for you. What is the other option apart from double equal to compare integers or any float or double? Is there any other mechanism? Any method is available? So say for example,
you mean all these three will not work to compare integers, you told, right?
yeah, we cannot use equals
Because
and contains, right? Those are string
all three will
methods.
not work. Okay.
This double equal to is working, right? We are seeing
Okay.
that double equal to, it is working and saying okay, 1 is equal to 1, true. And if in if condition also double equal to x and y It is saying true. But I'm asking, my question is, any other way of comparing the integers apart from double equal to? This is working. This is working fine. Perfectly it is working. But suppose you have to compare, right? You capture pin code from home page, and then you capture the pin code from your customer page, and you want to compare. So is double equal to only option to compare, or is there any other option also to compare integers? Right. So just try to investigate. Okay. So next one, what we had.
We can use
Yeah.
equals method here.
Why we tried already.
Okay, okay.
Equals are not allowed, right? For see, x dot equals. For integers, we cannot use x dot equals y. So it is saying equals is not available on the primitive type int. This is the error we are getting, because equals only considers strings. A dot equals b we can do. A is a string. A equals b is a string, right? Here it is allowing, right? Sy, so. We've already seen that. Right? A equals b. What is the issue here? A cannot be resolved. Okay. What happened? A is commented, right? So we are commenting the code and we are asking it to compare. So now A is equal to B is working, but for integers equals does not work, right? So what is the other way of comparing integers? It works. See, A my 0 equal to my 0. So it is fine printing this last true. And this is second true is for this one and first true is for this one. Three printouts are there, right? System.out. So 3 true we get. But equals to work only for strings, right? We have seen that, we practiced also. But now I have integer x equal to 1, y equal to 2, and then I'm saying x equal to y. Obviously it is saying, okay, yeah, I am comparing the address of x and address of y. So both are same. So obviously, so try to investigate two things. In case of strings, equal to obviously compares the address, because when you work with string, the string constant pool JVM will invoke, right? It will search the same value in the string constant pool. If it finds it allocates the same address, then is y equal to compares the address and it says true. But in case of integer, the string constant pool will not come into picture. That will not get invoked by JVM. So what will happen? Does it compare the address, or actually it compares the value? So investigate two things. How equal to works in Java. For string, we know clearly it compares the address, because string constant pool, as we have seen in this picture, this area of memory is dedicated only for strings. It will store hello here, and any other variable also coming and assigning hello will be given the same address, right? When that is why equal to will work if the address is same. Their address is getting compared, but I wanted that x equal to 1 and y equal to 1, if here also in case of integers also, will it compare the address or will it compare the value? That investigation you have to do. If you do that investigation, you will get the answer. Okay, so two things. One is to check whether equal to will use compare the address in case of integers, and if it not, or if it yes, there will be two paths. If it does not compare addresses, it is clear. It compares the value, 1 and 1 are same, so it will say true. But if it compares the addresses, right, then obviously if it is 1, the constant pool is not there now. So how is JVM allocating the same address to the other variable y also? Right. So since the string constant pool does not come into picture, is the address being compared? Right. So if it is not, then it is clear. And the other investigation is there any other option in Java to compare integers apart from double equal to? Okay, those two things you guys have to see and tell me. At least few of us can investigate, right? Who have already completed your basic programs, you go and investigate about comparing integers with equal to and any other option. And the remaining ones who have not done with the basic programs, please practice the basic programs of array list, and infinite loop, and declaring and initializing variables, different type of variables, right? Integer, short, long, float, and character, boolean, and then using all the string methods, right? We have so many string methods. We saw that, right? Is character at, index of, last index of a, first index of a, then trim, split. So many methods are there in string. Say for example, string x equal to you, how do you get to know how many methods are there? You just declare one string variable, say string is a string only, and then you do x dot, right? So all these methods you practice, at least the common one, character, then you practice compare to, concatenation, contains, right? So whichever we have discussed, you can compare. Hash code, get class, all these get bytes are not required. These are for calculations, right? Memory, those developers know sometimes they have to get the bytes, total number of bytes consumed by the string. Then further they will do further some for memory management, they use those. So this index of is blank, is empty, last index of, all these methods you practice, right? Reason is also not required, repeat is also not required, replace you can practice, replace all you can practice, split by value, split with some regex we practice, regex we have not done. Regex is a regular expression. Using some regular expression also we can work with strings, right? Starts with, ends with, strip, then strip leading, strip trailing, substring. You practice this method. Substring is also very critical method. Substring also you practice. Say x equal to string, and then I say so substring of x dot substring, and then I will say index 3. So what it will do, let me delete this, that is your task. Now what it will do, from the third index it will give the value ing 0 1 2 3 ing, but I wanted say string constant cool, right? Now I want till say 15th index or 10th index. So there is an option, another method also is there with two values. Just one also is available. This is the starting index. Then ending an index method is also there, which will say, okay, get me something in a substring from starting from 3 and ending at index 10. So if you run this, you will get ing starting with third index, then the space is also one index, 4 5 6 7. What happened? It is why it is not going till 10th index. See, substring begin index and end index, right? Returns a string that is substring of this string. The substring begins at the specified begin index and extends to the character at the index of end index -1. Remember this. So that's why it is only going till index 10, always will be starting from 0 only, right? So 1 2, right? T is 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, right? This is the 10th, so n, right? So that is why it is going till n only. From ing till n is the 10th index, right? So that's why it is printing in. So this also practice this, right? Substring of two types, then dot, let's two uppercase, two lowercase will be there, right? Split we have already told you. Two uppercase and two lowercase will just change the sensitivity of your uppercase and lowercase. In right? It will convert them to capital letters and in small letters. To character array, you can practice this also. I want to convert this whole into a character array to read the characters one by one. So it will give me a return type is character array, right? So practice all these methods, then we will meet on Monday. So task could be practicing those who have not done the basic programs, practice those, and those who have already completed, practice complex things, right, on array list. Array list is also very vast in Java. Has so many methods available, so many things to do. So practice more on array list, both string and integer. Float also, different type also if you can. Object also. There is an object type also we can use, right? So array list of objects. And what is an object? Object is a like student or car. It will have multiple properties, right? You have name, age, class name, college name, address. So all these are different data types, right? Attendance, your fees, all have integer, strings, and other things, right? So all different data types create one object, and you can put that object in your array list of objects. But for now, practice with integer and strings. Don't get confused. Practice for integer and string, and then use the methods to manipulate that array list. How do I add the elements? How do I remove the elements? How do I we just saw that we cannot add directly to the 100th index or 99th index, right? Directly we cannot jump. We have to go continuity should be there. So practice those methods and come back and try to do the infinite loop, try to break the code, try to get some new error. Okay, we'll see. So don't get afraid of errors are always going to help you. So now you get error, no, in future in interviews or in your actual work also, you will go, oh, I remember that error I had encountered and that was the reason of that error, so I know the answer. So if you encounter all your errors, no, your life is successful. So if you do the opposite way also, then you can reproduce all the errors. Then in that process only you will learn everything. So never get scared of that red color errors, right? These all red color errors are only helping us to improve and correct them, so that in future we will not encounter them. We will stop while typing also, or while writing the code. Our logical skills will get improved, and programming skills automatically will get improved because this is a program, right? How do I arrange my program? So there is a shortcut. Now I'll show you one more thing. So this is your program, right? I want to arrange. See, this is scattered here and there, and sorry, not this line. Say for example, don't produce an error there. So see, this is somewhere here someone has written, right, with lot of space. How do I make this program in a structured format? Control A, then Control Shift F. To do, it arranges these programs into properly arranged indentation. Package always starts in the left, then class starts in the left, then your main method starts little towards one tab towards right, then the remaining will one tab towards right. So all this, see how they are all arranged in a single straight indentation, right? So Control Shift F, select everything. Control Shift F will format your code in a structured format. So one shortcut I just wanted to, I remember that. So use that. Keep using shortcuts to do faster programming. Okay, guys. Any questions you have, doubts you have, you want to ask anything? Or more, it's already your head is filled with so many things. Today is Saturday, you guys will take some break also, right? Have fun, man. Go out, enjoy also, but practice half an hour every day.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, see you guys, see you, happy weekend.
Uh,
Monday.